Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine at your home. Dear students, today we shall study one of the very important topics of English, that is tenses. Students, in English grammar, this topic is very important. Once you understand tenses, you can do any kind of changes, you can do any kind of transformation of the sentences in English grammar, and you will not find any kind of difficulties. It will be very easy. Dear students, after learning many times, the students of 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard and even 10th standard students could not able to identify the correct tense of the verb. So here in this video, I would like to try to make the tenses very easy, and you can identify the tense as well as you can do the changes in the tense also. But here students, it is very important to understand some of the basic things that I am going to teach you here. Dear students, I hope that there will be 12 videos of tenses, very short and comprehensive. But the only thing is that you have to watch the complete video and regularly, and you can do the practice at the last also. So students, let's start now without wasting time. See student, whenever we write something or whenever we speak something, whatever we are speaking or whatever we are writing, that indicates the time of incident. Okay, whenever we speak, whenever we write anything, so that time it mentions or it tells about the action of the time of action. Okay students, so here when we talk about the time of actions, the time of the actions can be occur in a different way at a different times. Okay students, now here there are different types of tenses. Now we know the action take place in a different time. So here action can be taken place in past. Okay, past means the time which is passed away. This is one tense. Then second one, the action take place in the present time, means current. And the third one, we talk about the actions going to take place, okay, which the time hasn't yet occurred, so that is called as future. So basically there are three main types of tenses student. One is past, second present, and third one that is future. Now student, in this past, present, future tense, again we have four subtypes of each tense. For example, here I would like to tell you simple past tense. The second one, past. The third one, past perfect tense. The fourth one, past continuous tense. Okay student, so here past tense has four subtenses, that is simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. In the same way, present tense also the four kinds. Okay, in the same way, future tense also has what, how many? Four subtenses. Okay students, the same one. For example, okay students, so here basic three tenses are there: past, present, future. Each tense has four subtenses: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, present tense, simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense, and future tense, simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, in this way we have 12 tenses. Okay, students. So students, here we are going to learn one tense at a time so that we can understand the tense very clearly. Okay, students. So here, first of all, we are going to study simple present tense. Then afterward, one by one tenses we are going to learn. So without wasting time, let's get started with the simple present tense. Yes, student. Dear students, first of all, let's try to understand why do we use simple present tense. Okay, students, why do you use simple present tense? Now, see, student, in short, I would like to tell you, whenever you want to tell about or whenever you want to speak about the your habit, if you want to tell about the habit, then we use simple present tense. The next one, whenever you want to talk about the regular thing, okay, regular thing, the action which takes place regularly on the regular basis. For example, you go to play. So regular actions. Then next one, third, that is universal truth. Which is all time truth, which is all time real. That time we use simple present tense. For example, sun rises from east. This is the universal truth. For example, earth rotates around itself, isn't it? So it is universal truth, isn't it, student? So here we use simple present tense to tell about habit, regular action, and universal truth. Okay, students, understood? Now, next we are going to learn. Now, first of all, let's try to understand the structure of the sentence in the simple present tense. Before understanding the structure in the simple present tense, first of all, in short, I would like to tell you, in a sentence, in any sentence in English grammar, okay, there is a particular structure. For example, the sentence in the English starts with the subject. Subject, then after subject we have verb, and then we can have object. Object, otherwise complement we can have. Okay, students. Yes. So here basically we need to understand the parts of speech of this sentence. What do you mean by subject? What do you mean by verb? And what is object and complement? Okay, student. So here I will be making separate video for object and complement. But in a sentence there should be compulsorily a subject and a verb. But what is subject actually? Most of the students don't know what is subject. When the students are studying in 10th standard or 12th standard or below that also, they don't know what is subject. See, students, subject means what here? In a sentence, if a doer of action is there, okay, doer of action, okay, so that doer of action is called as subject. Okay, doer of action is called as subject. So always we do not see or have the doer of action in the subject. Sometimes we get information about something in the sentence also. So that information is called as what? Subject. Okay, about what we are getting information. The thing about which we are getting information, that is called as subject. It means that subject defines two things. One is doer of action is called as subject, and the other one is about what we are getting the information. For example, now student, here a short example I would like to give you. Mother cooks. Okay, so in this sentence clearly we can see the action of cooking is being taking place. That is action. Which action? Cook. The action of cooking. Okay, now by whom the action is being done? Who is cooking here? So mother is cooking. Okay, mother is cooking. So who is the doer of action? Mother is the doer of action. If mother is doer of action, then what do we call it as? We call it as a subject. So mother is subject here. Okay, because the doer of action in the sentence is mother. Okay, mother is cooking. Mother cooks. Understood? Now see, one more example I would like to give you. See, student, now in this sentence, that is rose is red. Okay, in this sentence, can you see the verb which shows the action? No. No action is taking place in the sentence. Okay. But here we can get the information that what is red? The rose is red. So we are getting information about the rose that is red. Okay. So we are about what we are getting information. What do we call it as? We called it as subject. Okay. So rose is here subject. Okay, student. It means that subject always is not a doer of action, but the thing which the in a sentence we are getting information about a particular thing, that is also a subject. Okay, understood now, student? So it is very important to understand what is subject. Okay, and we know that what is verb? Verb tells us about the action. Okay, most importantly, it is called as a action word. Okay, it tells us about action. Okay, yes, it tells us about action as well as it tells us about the time of action also. Okay, students. Okay, student. So let's move further and try to understand now. Now, student, here we are going to learn the structure of the sentence in the simple present tense. So here in simple present tense, first subject will be there. After subject, verb will be there. And here it is very important to understand, in simple present tense, the verb will take yes or es form. Okay. The root verb will take yes or es form. Now, student, here the root verb means what, student? For example, see now. See, some of the action words means verbs I have written here. So, play, eat, write, put, such kind of verbs are called as root verbs or the main form of verb. Okay, student. Now here in simple present tense, the verb will take yes or es form. For example, plays, eats, writes, okay, and puts. So we can see here, we can see yes is there, yes is there, yes is there, and yes is there. It means verb has taken yes form or es form. Understood, sir? So it is very important to understand here in simple present tense. Don't forget it, students. Okay. So dear students, here we have studied the structure of simple present tense. Yes, student. So here, just now as I told you, in simple present tense, the structure of the sentence will be subject plus verb, and the yes, the verb will take yes, otherwise es form. Okay, it means the root verb will take yes or es form. Okay, student. So let's try to understand furthermore. Now see, student, in simple present tense, here first person, for example, now see, where the verb will take yes or es. Now see, here first person, second person, and third person. Now, student, here in short I would like to tell you what is first person, second person, and third person. Now, for example, first person I and we. Okay, I is a first person singular and we is the first person plural. Okay, pronouns. Okay, students. Okay, first person means the speaker or the writer is called as a first person. For example, I am speaking now here, so I am in first person. Okay, if we are there, we means what? Plural means first person plural. Okay, student. Now, when the subject is I or we, in front of I and we, the verb will be in the root form. Okay, verb will not take yes or es. Okay, for example, I, we, eat. Okay, eat is the main form or root form of the verb. In the same way, second person. Now, second person, for example, you is a second person pronoun. Okay, students. So, second person you or you plural. Okay, it may be a singular or it may be a plural, but this is the second person. The second person means what? To whom we are talking. You is the second person, means with whom we are talking or addressing. That is what? Second person. That is in second person. Now here, if the subject is the second person pronoun, that is you, then the verb will be in root form. Okay, in the root form. It will not take yes or yes. Okay, student. For example, same example we will take of the verb you eat. Okay, so here the verb doesn't take yes or yes form. Now third person. What is third person, students? If you know the answer, comment below the video. See, about whom we are talking. Okay, about whom we are talking, that will be in the third person. For example, when I and you, okay, having communication, speaking about the third person, that is called as third person pronoun. For example, he, she, it, or they. Okay, students. Now here, student, he, she, it, these are singular third person pronoun, and they, it is plural pronoun. Okay, students, understood? So if it is he, she, it, just a second, and they, I will write they here. Okay, so they is a plural one, so I am writing here. Now he, she, it, these are the singular third person pronouns. Okay, so in front of this, the verb will take what? Yes or es form. Okay, student. For example, he eats. E-A-T-S. She eats. It eats. So this verb will take yes form. Okay, students. Now, if it is plural, then verb will not take yes or es form. So it will be in the root form. So it will be like this. They eat. Okay, students. So it is very simple to understand now. If it is first person, I, we, verb will be in root form. If it is second person, you, verb will be in the root form. Third person, he, she, it, verb will take yes or yes. Otherwise, third person, they, means plural, verb will not take yes or es. Okay, students, have understood? This is very, very important to understand. It means that as per the persons, okay, as per the personal pronouns, we have to change the verb, or we have to add yes or es to the verb. Okay, students, have you understood? Very good. Now, students, let's try to understand with the help of examples. Now, here we are going to understand some of the examples and how to make it interrogative as well as negative. Okay, let's try to understand. Students, now see first example, let me give you. See here, the first one, I write a letter. Okay, the second one, we write a. Now see, student, here this is first person pronoun, this is also first person pronoun, singular and plural. Now see, student, here this is subject, this is verb which doesn't take yes or es form. Here it is subject, this is verb, and it doesn't take yes form. Now how to make it negative? Very simple, student. How to make it negative? See, student, now if you want to make it negative in simple present tense, we need to use what? Do, does, or did. Okay, did we have to use in past tense. Okay, but in present tense we will use what? Do or does. So when to use do and when to use does? Now see, student, when the verb will take yes form, then we will use does. When the verb will be in root form, then we will use do to make it negative. because here we do not have any auxiliary or helping verb. Okay, if auxiliary verb is not there, helping verb is not there in the sentence, then we need to use the forms of do, that is do or does in simple present tense. Now for example, negative we have to make I do not write a letter. So very simple, boys. Okay, this is very simple. Just we have to use do and add not. Here we have used do because I is in first person. Okay, subject is in first person singular. So we have used. Okay, understood. Now the same way, if you want to make it interrogative, what we can do, students? Very simple. If you want to make interrogative, we have to invert do and bring it in front of the subject, then it will be question. For example, do I write a letter? Okay, and at the end it is very important to mark question. Okay, question mark, it is very important, put question mark. Okay, so this will be what? A interrogative sentence. So just we have to invert it, we have to bring do in front of the subject, so it will be, this formula is for all. If you want to make negative, okay, then we have to use as per the tense, do form, be form. Okay, yes. Now see here the same one, how to make negative of the same formula, the same structure we have to use. We is a plural personal pronoun. Okay, if it is plural personal pronoun, again we will use do to make negative. Do not write a letter. Very simple, boys. Okay, now here we do not see any change in verb. Okay, students, learn this. Okay, now interrogative, if you want to make, what we can use, how we can do the interrogative, we have to invert it. Do we have to bring in front of the subject, because we is a subject here, write is a verb here. Okay, so what will be do, what will be the sentence? Do I write a letter? Okay, and question mark. Okay, so in this way, negative and interrogative, in a very simple way we can do it. Okay, students, have understood? Now the next one, the third example. Now see, student, here very quickly I would like to tell you now how to make it. He is a subject here, writes. Here I have told you already, he, she, it will take the yes form of the verb. Okay, so here we can see yes is added to the verb, that is right. Okay, so it has taken yes form. Understood? Here also the same one, it has taken yes form. It has taken yes form. If the subject is singular, okay, then the verb will take yes form. Don't forget, it is very important to understand. Now how to make it negative, students? Okay, how to make it negative and how to make it interrogative. Now he writes a letter. Negative, how to make? Just now I have told you, if you want to make negative in present tense, then do or does we can use. When do we use do? When I and we will be there, or plural subject will be there, do can be used to make negative and interrogative. But if it is singular, he, she, it and singular subject will be there, we need to use does to make it negative. For example, now see, he does not. When we take does, okay, to make negative, then yes we have to remove of the verb, that is write. The verb will be in the root form, a letter. Okay, students, so the verb will in the root form. In the same way, if you want to make it an interrogative question, the same formula we will use. Does we put in the front of subject. For example, does he write a letter? Okay, students, and at the end question mark. So when we take does, yes will not be there to the verb. Now the same one, she writes a letter. She is a subject, writes is a verb which have the yes form or yes is added to it. Okay, and it is an object actually. Now how to make it negative? In the same way you can make, and you can type your answer in the comment section. Don't forget, students. Now here, students, see how to make it negative. Same one, she does not write, yes will not be there, a letter, and full stop. Here to make interrogative, what we will do? We will put does in front of the subject. Does she write a letter? And question mark. Okay, students. In the same way, the fifth one, that is how to make it negative. Here the Rama is the singular subject. Okay, singular subject. Okay, and if it is singular subject, so the verb has taken yes form. Okay, student, how to make it negative? In the same way, Rama does not. When we take does, okay, then write, yes will be removed from the writes. Okay, now verb, so write a letter. Okay, now how to make it interrogative, students? Interrogative, how to make it? You can do and type in the comment section. Just invert does, bring it in front of the subject. So does Rama write a letter? Okay, and put a question mark. Okay, so I have understood this much. Furthermore, we will take few more examples. Okay, and then try to understand. Now see, student, here. Next example, you write a letter. Now how to make negative and interrogative? Now here, seventh one, they write a letter. I am taking various subjects so that you will understand the form of verb that we are using. Okay, student, this is very important to understand. So we will make negative as well as interrogative. Then one more example I would like to take here. Children is plural, so I have taken this. Write a letter. Okay, let's try to do it fast now. Okay, just now I have told you, if the verb takes yes form, then does will be used to make it negative. If it doesn't have yes form or yes is added to the verb, then do we have to use to make it negative. So how it will be? You do not write, full stop. Okay, how to make it negative? Same one. We have to invert to do. We have to bring do in front of the subject. For example, do you write a letter? And question mark. Okay, student. Now here they is subject, write is verb, and this is object. We know already. The verb doesn't have yes form. Okay, no yes form is there. So we will use do to make it negative. How we will make? You can make and type in the comment section. They do not write a letter. And interrogative, same. Do they write a letter? And question mark. Last example we are going to learn, negative and interrogative. Children is plural subject. Okay, so verb doesn't take yes form or yes is not added to the verb. Okay, now how to make? See now, simple. Children do not write a letter. Okay, interrogative, just we have to put this do in front of the subject. So how it will be? Do children write a letter? And at the end, question mark. Okay, students, have understood this much? Very good. So student, here today we have learned simple present tense and how to make negative and interrogative in simple present tense. Okay, students, this is very important to understand. According to the personal pronouns, we have to change the verb. Okay, we have to add yes or es, or we have to keep the root verb as it is. Okay, so that we have understood in this video. Dear students, in the next video we are going to learn the next, that is present continuous tense. Okay, so watch the complete video to understand. Okay, students, and stay tuned to learn more and more in a simple language. So students, let's meet soon with the next type of tense. Till then, bye. Be studious, be thoughtful, be connected.